Okay, we are episode 12. I am still finishing episode 12. Once again, I am so sorry from everybody that I'm so backed up. August is a very hard time to do things, and also copyright issues. So let's get into it. I did not say the about the President Park on last episode woke up, but just like many Korean dramas, they replay. So it was whatever in that sense, because you're gonna, once you finish that, it's going to go right into it. And if you actually watch the previews, which they started to do, they started to have the actual Korean previews and stuff like that, which I appreciate, because it's a Korean show and it's weird when they don't have everything that they're supposed to have, like they have it on Viki. Anyway, President Park wakes up and um, basically Secretary Ham asks if Young can give up on President Park. He basically says no, that, and Kim Nam informs Assemblyman O that the president has woken up. He, doesn't still be, oh, that kind of thing. They don't know when they'll be back at work. So Sonju thankfully debriefs President Park and telling him what's been going on, and it's and what's been happening. He learns about Cha Young involvement. So he talks to the guard and basically says, I need to talk to Hana, and because they already grabbed Suji, her friend, off the street already from a previous episode. So what happens is that Hana is being transferred to a different jail thing, but actually she's being transported to see President Park. She tells him in person at his hospital exactly what's going on. Um, and basically he remarks that she's just like Asian Kim, and that sorry, I'm reading off a very long list, that she's unfazed, and that she's all about duty. Uh, Basically, he tells her, she explains to the president, like, we're at zero now. The people have taken everything. All we have is this video that everybody showed, and there's nothing that we can do right now. Everything's locked up. And he's like, you know what? Even if we're starting at zero, we're going to start, and we're going to figure out how far this goes. So they bring her to a secret location to start with her friend, and everything's under the president's executive order. So no matter what anybody says, she's supposed to be working on this. So the first thing they do is they start with Chow Young. So guard Kang brings him there to talk to them, and basically confronts, and she tells him off, Chow Young, and everything. And basically, she goes through it, and she finds out Chow Young is not the person, and they prove the fact that through all the thing is that although he called, it was an instruction from somebody else, and they prove that, and they let him go. Cha Young comes back, and Mr. Koo go to a meeting and find out that they now magically do not have clearance, which is unprecedented. He's supposed to be basically the vice president, and it doesn't make any sense. And they immediately try to figure out who was at the meeting, what happened at the meeting. Gar Khan gets Cha Young. The whole thing about him being questioned happens after the meeting, basically. But they find out that there is upward level generals and stuff, and there's like a private thing with one of the generals, and the fact that one of the generals was the people who was involved in the incident that where his friends got killed. And basically he says, if it wasn't for the fact that he didn't have the power, he would have fired on the spot, and that he doesn't trust them, and that he's just dealing with them, and that he doesn't trust them, which is I don't know if that's a good thing coming from a terrorist, but obviously he doesn't know. It is basically a military first kind of idea, which is similar to what they were talking about before in North Korea. Um, and you find out through Changyang, you find out that all the information was supposed to be destroyed, and they tell them that it's been destroyed, and that there shouldn't be any paperwork left, because the previous president had decided that even having the information was too dangerous, because it mapped out exactly how to destroy the assembly building. And so it tells the president, oh, here we go. They find out that let's go to the next stop, and we'll stop right there. All right, bye.